Bronx, New York, Daylighting Tibbetts in Plein Air by Noel Heffley. Until about 100 years ago, the waterway we know as Tibbetts Brook ended here in the Northwest Bronx, where it flowed into the Spuyten Duyvil, then joining the Harlem River. As the city grew, it was buried. Now, it ends here, about a mile north in Cortlandt Park, diverting over 5 million gallons of fresh water a day into the overburdened New York City sewage system. Soon, a 30-year-old dream to daylight the water as a centerpiece to a public park we hope will become reality. I painted the path the water will go in plein air, learning about the land by sitting with it, talking with the people I encounter, and following the questions and curiosities that came up. Hurricane Ida flooded our area with a record-breaking amount of rain the day I planned to start. The lake overflowed into the abandoned CSX rail line, showing us water always knows where it needs to go. I was supported by a City Artists Corps grant, pandemic relief for artists working in public. I prepared a handout about the daylighting to give to community members, suspecting the idea might not be widely known. I documented each session with photographs and words, capturing observations and interactions with community members. That writing can be found on my website. This waterway, formerly known as Mashalou, Algonquin for smooth stone, never really left. I found its presence in errant cattail marshes, innocuous puddles, and citywide records for 311 flooding complaints. This uncovered stream would be the first of its kind in New York City. A public path alongside its banks would allow someone to bike from the Harlem River to Canada. Daylighting a buried stream begins in public imagination. I had wondered if painting could have any impact or contribution to this moment. Artists help us learn how to listen to, understand, and live within our landscapes. Only after I finished did I realize that I was already participating in a moment by deciding to paint it, as if I was becoming enlisted by the water itself. I learned we also need to bring back wetlands wherever we can. I had countless conversations with people I would have never talked with otherwise, even breaking through language barriers on several occasions. Many neighbors shared artworks of their own. The floodwaters are coming. Will our community be proactive or ultimately reactive? I wanted to contribute to changing that tide, only to realize the painting itself is evidence of that change already in progress. This is an ongoing conversation between people and land and water. A watershed is not just the path of the water, but it is the culture, the people, and the attendant ecosystems as well. The paintings become, in part, an expression of the land that allows it to enter into the local cultural watershed, swimming around and creating random generative encounters one hopes reverberate. I saw my first bald eagle flying above the flooded highway. The city is still waiting for the rail company to sell the land. Tibbetts Brook will daylight itself sooner or later. Do we want to invite it back into a conversation or merely react to the floodwaters? Painting this land is not a catalyst for any of this to occur, but it is a result of this occurring. The water is rising in the minds of those who understand we must invite it back. The water is rising. The water is returning. The water never left.